Welcome back to Spain. Last time we did some messing up with Portugal. We took 3 of their provinces, and other than that we didn't do much. We spotted England being annoying with their colonizers here, but we'll be getting most of the land, so it's not really that much of a problem. We'll also allow Portugal to colonize as much as they want down south here, and we'll most likely start colonizing a little bit around Africa too, to just block out anyone else who are actually trying. It's a little bit interesting to see that Knight and the Mamluks are both doing pretty well. The Ottomans are going a little bit slow here, and it seems that the Venice have actually won a war against them or something. I can't actually say what, but apparently no, it's actually just taken it from the Byzantines, which currently have Rhodes. But yeah, that's it for the little what's going on. Russia is growing a little bit eastward. Crimea is doing great. And it seems that the map is going to get some pretty okay borders by its own as things are going right now. I'm pretty sure Tunisia will be swallowed by the Mamluks further down the line, which will sort that out. But yeah, it looks like things will be looking pretty sweet sooner or later. But for the time being, I'll be focusing, as you might imagine, on finishing up the colonization here, and we'll most likely try to get that done before the English ends up bothering us. Once the Portuguese or the French leaves the coalition, we'll be declaring war. So we'll simply wait and see what happens. Well, this is kind of a very much a negative thing. As you might imagine, the Frenchies have actually decided to declare war on me, the coalition, but they do have a very... They don't actually have that good of a starting point, I guess I could say. Because as you can see, I have a lot of money, I can hire mercenaries, I can do pretty much whatever I want, and also I have the Burgundy guys helping me here. So 12,000 of their troops are actually these guys, and by destroying those, the French armies, or the armies of the opponent this is, will suffer quite a lot. So it's not really that much of a hopeless fight as you might imagine when you look at the lines to begin with. I'm a little bit unsure how we're doing in tech compared to them. We are 11, the French are also 11, so we stand equal there. So the Burgundy guys will most likely screw over everyone else, but yeah, as you can see, Brittany, it should be just fine really. It shouldn't actually be that much of a problem, and worst case scenario is that I'll actually be able to get a white piece, I think. So we'll see how this turns out. Hopefully I can grow Guyenne, but wow, they actually have... It isn't really that good, so I don't get why I'm actually being crushed as bad as I were here. But at least now that army should be incinerated more or less. And yes, I will be dealing with this wall sieging, I think this area first, and then we'll see how things turn out. Pretty sure I should hire a general though, might probably do so. And I'll probably also hire some mercenaries to help out here. So we'll see how this goes, but as I said, I'm pretty sure it will be a victory, and the fact that they get all that wandering this far into my lands is basically just a godsend, more or less. I have to try and, as you can see, they're losing a battle up here. The Burgundy guys are winning, so all in all it should be fine. I'll have a little bit of troublesome though, getting this army into the fray. So I'll just fight and we'll see how this turns out. Should be an entertaining war. It's kind of hilarious how long battles are in this, because as you can see, this battle actually started ages ago. That is not a joke, it started ages ago. And this siege started after the battle. That's kind of telling you how long it's actually been going on, when a siege started after the battle, but still ain't, well, done. So that's a little bit interesting, but at the very least I got a little bit of increase in trade efficiency, helps a little bit with money. I'm still forgetting these guys, and it takes forever to actually walk them over to where I want them, mostly due to the fact that it takes forever just to actually just walk, and also due to the fact that I'm missing a lot of my what's the name of them? My diplomats. I have no idea. One is in Burgundy, so I have one basically ordering back and forth. But as you can see here, the war, for now, these guys will have to retreat, and as a result of that, I'll be using these guys to siege the provinces here. It should be enough to get Portuguese, or force them to at least suffer some insult to injury, I guess. And as you can see, the Danes have actually joined in as well, so that's kind of negative. But once I get my 12,000 men actually into the fray here, which should be in 13 days, I can actually go to Ile-de-France and wait for them there. That should actually be a little bit interesting to see if that actually works out, because if I can just stand there and wait for them, that should really cause some issues here for the Frenchies. So we'll see how this actually ends up turning out. The first economical idea, bureaucracy, has been taken, and that gives me an additional 10% modifier to national tax. And also I'm taking the Spanish idea advance, or it gave me a Spanish idea advance, provincial trade modifier, or trade power modifier plus 10%, along with 10% global tariffs. So both of these will boost my economy a little bit more, and that should help by quite a little bit. I need to actually build some more ships. It will be done rather soon. But as you can see, we're once again locked in a battle here, and I actually wanted to try and bribe out Brandenburg has joined in, for example, and also Denmark, Lorraine. I could potentially try and bribe out Denmark, I think, but I have no idea what these guys actually want. So let's go for... Can I see defeat? Do they want any gold? No. That's actually something that annoys me. These guys won't actually take gold. They want other concessions, but they don't actually show up what. They only want me to give up deals with Burgundy. Good, done it. I can actually... Well, so... I can't actually concede defeat and give them gold. That's basically what the trouble here is. But if I were to give up my deals with Burgundy for 5 years, and then... I have no idea if this will actually boost or kick Burgundy out of this war. If it does, then that's a little bit troublesome, but I'm pretty sure we'll stay allied, or at least through this war. As you can see, the Danes actually has quite a huge regiment into this battle. But as you can see, 2,000 has retreated, 7,000, so most have retreated on their side, I think, yes. So if I actually kick the Danes out of this war, that should actually give me, once again, superiority at sea, and also superiority when it comes to troops. So I guess I'll go ahead, give up my deals with Burgundy for what, 5 years, and also bribe them out of this war. It's not really that expensive considering how much money I have, and that will help out quite a lot too, because it'll loosen up a lot of forces. So yeah, as you can see, apparently the French became attackers thanks to that also. So this battle is definitely ours. And I've also taken the liberty of hiring some more mercenaries that I'll be sending to help. So yeah, I'd say this war is ours, and we'll see how it turns out. As you can see, getting out or kicking out the Danes was basically a pretty good move, because as of now we are winning this war by far, and the French basically have nothing they can do against me anymore. As you can see, they have what, less than 10k troops left, and we have over 100k. And also the sieges are coming along over here, which means I can move even more troops into the battle or battle zone, I guess I could call it. So yeah, we'll be starting or basically carpet sieging everything. Unfortunately, I will not be getting Toulouse and Rouergue, it seems, in this war. I'm pretty sure that I can't actually force them to hand over land that I do not have, or that I do not have my own personal troop sieged or something like that. So that's a little bit too bad, but it should be fine. So, but they are causing some more problems. So getting some troops here to help is definitely of importance, and we will be doing so right away, I guess. So we'll wait for the sieges, and we'll be making a peace where I'll be handing over, I think, as many provinces as possible to Guyenne, and hopefully I'll be able to well, get these as well. Hopefully I hope that since Burgundy isn't actually part of the coalition, I can hope that they peace out before me, and thus I can get more out of this. But as you can see, the expense of this is actually going rather high, so I need to get sieges done and start getting people out of this. Portugal, I can't get out of it, you know, because, well, member of coalition can't actually sign a separate peace, all that. But what I can do, of course, is take these troops here that are actually too much now and send them into the French area. So I'll be doing that, and we'll see how this turns out. This will be the peace deal we will be going for. Unfortunately, I still miss some diplomatic points, so we'll have to wait a little while. But as you can see, they'll basically lose most of southern France, and Guyenne will most likely be giving... they still have claims on Limousin, so I'll be giving that some other time. But as you can see, after this, France will basically be very much crippled. They'll be open to attacks from Burgundy down the line. And, well, that was not basically a very good thing to have happen. Burgundy peaced out. Not something I did not expect to happen, but they timed it very badly. So I'll have to get my troops now into position to siege what, well, they were sieging but then abandoned. So I'll just get that done, and we'll basically be, well, making another deal once we have, well, re-sieged everything again. So we'll see how that goes. I guess we are ready to make peace now with the French, and as you can see, we will be taking a lot of their, well, provinces once again. So once again, the French have been hurt, and that should basically set them back, as I said, quite a lot. It's not really that difficult thanks to the fact that we had superior troops. This was a war that we were supposed to win. Do not make any mistake about that. We were supposed to win it basically because of the fact we had more troops, we had, well, to some extent better placement. Their troops was basically going to get attacked from both sides. Burgundy from one and me from the other, and that was enough to force a victory here. But as you can see, I have now grown Guyenne basically almost back to its, well, almost back to how big it should be. And that is basically almost for free. And as you can see, I can easily sell it French provinces. So they'll call that one for me. And other than that, I don't think there's that much else to say. We won the battle or war. And next war I'll most likely go after Portugal. I'm pretty sure they'll actually leave the coalition now, or at least the French will. So Portugal is basically a target now in 5 years' time. But now I'll be setting up my colonies again. I have been running 5 colonies while we have been at war. As you can see, we're basically blocked England on this. So I will be trying to colonize through well, basically through the inland here, and block the English off from the other side. But I need also to bridge this gap here. So I'm currently having my explorer here running around trying to explore some of the lands here so that we can easily colonize it later. So with that in mind, there isn't really that much else we can do. We can do an upgrade of military. We do now have Spanish Square, level 12. Military attacks plus 0.25, and also we can now use Tertio and free shooter infantry. So we'll go ahead and upgrade to one of those straight away, I think. Let's have a look at whom. I think we'll go for the Tertio. And I'll simply be, yeah, Portugal actually left the military coalition right away. So the French too. So I should be able to make a reasonably good war once we're done. So yes, I'll be getting my troops back, and we'll be despawning the mercenaries. I did have, as you can see, quite an extensive army of mercenaries to boost my troops here. So I'll be despawning them, and I'll most likely be building my forces up to what you would expect from me, more or less. So we'll see how that goes. It shouldn't be much of a challenge. And yeah, there are actually 40,000 troops here in Europe, so I think I should build a 12,000 more men, and that should probably be enough, I think. So we'll build a 6-4, I think. That should be fair enough. So now we have our forces back and going. Guyenne has basically grown, and will most likely take these 3 next war against the French, along with Limousin. So basically then I have my eastern entrance into the Holy Roman Empire, and that is all fine. I'm a little bit unsure if I can actually make the alliance straight away. Nope, I cannot create it until, well, 1.5 more years, so it should be fine. But yeah, I'll go on and colonize, and we'll see how things go. Apparently Felipe died, tragic event, but my new heir Juan is basically great for military, but not much else, but it'll do the job. No idea how old he is though, so we'll do a quick little check. He's 3 years old, and my current guy is 67, so we are almost guaranteed here to end up with a Regency Council, and that is not something that I like. But this fleet here, I'll probably send it to the New World. Let's see here, we'll probably have it to Mississippi River, have it to basically keep pirates away, I guess. Mississippi River, I believe that will be over here somewhere. No idea where though, so we'll find it out we'll find out soon enough. But yeah, I've started closing the gap here, basically because of the fact if I am to colonize further inland here, I need to have these colonies finished to actually be able to pull that off. So I'll have to wait for this guy, then we'll try and see if we can colonize our way around the English. There we go, Burgundy actually sent an alliance as soon as we could. So the French are still basically in a very dangerous place. So we'll see how things goes. We got the next economical idea, which is organized construction, which gives less build cost, minus 20%. Next one will be the one we're after, the yearly inflation reduction, minus 10%, will help out quite a lot. This one doesn't actually matter that much, but the last one would be great, or the 2 last ones. Land maintenance modifier, minus 10%. And Smithian economics, which gives plus 20% to production efficiency. But as you can see, I mostly explored most of North America, so that's not really an issue here. Also most of the coast of South America, and we also started slowly but surely to move our colonies down south here as well to link up with the Portuguese ones, because they will very soon be able to declare war on Portugal. And what we will be going after then is simply the if possible these 3 provinces, but if not, we'll simply take these 2. so I'll be saving up points until that, but I'm a little bit unsure what else we'll actually aim for here. We'll probably try and take a couple more of the French provinces and hand over to Guyenne, and also, as you see, Great Britain has been formed, which also is kind of interesting, because, well, only Scandinavia missing in this big picture. But here's something a little bit more interesting. Lithuania is currently falling to Russia, so it would look actually like, instead of going the typical Russia-Eastern approach that the AI usually does, they're actually taking a more Western approach and going down south here. And if that's actually the case, then Austria will actually have a very strong challenge in the east, I guess, which will be kind of interesting to see. Also, another interesting point here is that Hungary is currently eating up Bosnia and Serbia, and thus basically blocking the Ottomans in this direction. So this basically seems to be a game of where big blobs will be forming, and to some extent I think the borders could actually end up looking pretty nice. The problem here though is Great Britain is actually starting to make a serious effort to get into Holy Roman Empire, I guess I could say. But I have no idea what will actually happen. Burgundy has taken a lot of land in the Holy Roman Empire too, as you can see. So it will be very interesting to see how this actually turns out by the end. I'm a little bit unsure, or I'm a little bit concerned that Austria hasn't actually been able to push them back, but well, who knows, might actually sort it out sooner or later. At the time being, Tuscany, I'm a little bit unsure if they'll actually agree to a vassalization. Nope, but they aren't too far away, so if we continue colonizing, it shouldn't actually be that much of an issue. As you can see, I've also started colonizing, as you can see, a couple of provinces inland, and we'll most likely continue on that same note, trying to get ourselves, as I said, up here, so I can colonize these areas and block off the English from ever getting anything inland. So once we actually get along the coast, I'll most likely declare war on Cherokee and the Aztecs, with the goal of taking the sea lanes more or less. I'll probably leave them alone after that and conquer them as I feel fit, but we'll have to consider that as it goes. But as I said, truces with Portugal is ending in less than a year, so we are prepared having our troops here, and we'll most likely declare war as soon as we can. So that should be interesting. But unfortunately, this is the end of this part. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you around next time. Bye.